Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Fusion 1% Run. As you remember last time, we obtained the power bombs, narrowly escaping grisly death at the hands of our evil clone, the SAX. So let's see what the Brigadier General has for us to do now. Come on then, instructions are required. Samus, return to your ship. I have important information. That seems awfully non-specific. Thanks, bud. Fucking idiot. I'll get you one day. But before that day arrives, we have to go back to the ship. Let's see whatever this information is. Clearly, it is imperative to our success. Clearly. Yep, there will be no repercussions for this. You will not be punched. Let's go and have a look then. Back to the main elevator. Over here. Shine elevatoring. Famous trick that must be enacted at all times. Let's see what we're up against here. Well, that's not supposed to happen, right? Hello? Pressing that alarm button in the lift, but no one's coming to my assistance. Guess we'll have to improvise. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. These enemies are particularly irritating because they can only be destroyed with the charge beam, as they close themselves up into a defensive stance whenever you attack them. It's slightly irritating. I also think they do a fair amount of damage, but I can't remember how much. Probably a lot. Anyway. Well, this is a turn up for the books. Is that... surely... oh god! Well... he went all to pieces. Sucks to be you. Ah! Oh, well, now I'm in the floor. And more of this elevator shafty sort of section. And my least favourite enemies in the entire fucking game. Oh yes. See those little gribbly alien things gooing all over the floor? That could have been phrased better. They cannot be destroyed from here because they're through a ceiling. The only way to destroy them is with a power bomb. I believe this may have been the section I was referring to earlier where you might need lots of power bombs. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Also, it takes two power bombs to kill them. I should probably point that out too. Man, that is deafeningly loud, isn't it? You don't actually need to kill them, strictly speaking, but it makes this next bit a lot easier if you do. Believe me, I know of that of which I speak. So once they've all been eliminated and the ear-piercing noises have stopped, we want to run from the left-hand side as quickly as we can to obtain the speed boost power! And then we can shoot our way out through the floor. There's a missile over there, as I recall. Oh, well, you can see how we get it. I'm not going to waste a power bomb and time doing so. It's all a little bit spooky. It's going down. Why did the lift stop? Was it the SAX? Was it something else? We may never know, dear viewers. But for now, let's reboard the ship. It gives you the option to save the game at your ship as well as fully healing you and restoring all weapons. It's not very practical to come back here most of the time, but when you do, as right now, it is handy to know. And we have saved. Now let's see what all the fuss is about. The main silo of the reactor core has gone offline. That's why all the elevators and station systems are down. Elevators and hatches won't work. This doesn't bode well. If you can get to this point, you may be able to start the auxiliary power system. Then we can figure out why the main silo went offline. Is your objective clear? By the way, I asked you to return here to tell you. Some strange creatures have boarded your ship. I confirmed that they were not ex-hosts and gave them a berth. Do you know anything about these strange creatures? Weren't you watching earlier, dude? Were they the source of the healthy biosigns earlier? You know this! You know they weren't human! Never mind. Very well then. Their presence in the midst of this disaster must have some significance. I will keep them here. Now then, I'm actually going to go back into the ship and save again so I never have to go through that dialogue, because the save we did before came before the dialogue. The reason for this is going to soon become apparent, viewers, because this, coming up now, is possibly one of the most difficult parts of the entire 1% run. You just don't want to say no to that, otherwise he repeats himself. Go to auxiliary power station. Oh yes, it's particularly tricky most of the time anyway. On 1% though, as I said, possibly the hardest bit of the entire game, bar maybe one area. One blah blah blah. The reason for this is that save just there is the only save we're going to get for quite a while now. And there's a boss fight involved. Of course there's a boss fight involved. You knew that. You knew there was a boss fight. In fact, some of you probably already know what boss fight, but keep it to yourselves, eh? Not that you'll be able to spoil it before I get there. Anyway! Moving on. We're now into the mechanical areas of the ship that you're maybe not supposed to be... Ooh. Well, that's not healthy, is it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think electrical power equipment should be covered in roots like that. Oh dear! There's quite a few doors out of this area, most of them you can't use at the moment, including in the bottom right-hand corner, which I'm not pointing at. There is a save room that you can't use because obviously it doesn't work because the power's off. This is the problem. This is also the area where that effect of the spacer beam I mentioned earlier, of being able to hit all 3 beams onto a single target, actually comes into play. These space pirates. Oh yes, they're back. You can destroy them in 2 shots rather than 3 if you hit them with all the blargs. One of the most difficult items to dodge in the game as well, because, well, fuck you, the player, at this point. And as you can see, I have failed! Alright, attempt 2. Can I be more successful this time? Yes, I can. That, though, definitely one of the hardest power-ups to dodge. Also, don't touch the space pirates. I mean that. It does a lot of damage. It's not what you want. This being one of the more difficult sections of the game, you have to fight several space pirates over smaller and smaller areas when they can basically kill you in 2 shots. And they take 2 to kill themselves, and rarely will they let you get the parasites to heal yourself. It's a bad day for Samus. See? Really bad. Blarg! Alright, maybe this time I'll make it with greater success. You have to drop through progressively smaller rooms, destroying the space pirates, who can kill you in 2 hits. Possibly 1, depending if you've taken any damage already or not. Wow, I really can't talk right now. It's not good. See, small room, not much room to dodge. 1 more hit and I'm dead. And you can't grab those because they go into white no collection mode just to fuck you. Okay, there we go. And hey, all this before we haven't even got to the friggin' boss in question yet. Oh yeah, this is going to get nasty. This is going to get bad before it gets better. We go through here, lay off your bombs to get out of here, and then an eyeball door. Oh god, yeah. I love me some eyeball doors. Right, one of the hardest bosses in the game, coming right up! On table 5. This doesn't look ominous at all, does it? And then there was fire. This is Yakuza, the spider boss. He is insanely difficult on a 1% run. As I said, he's probably, if not the hardest, I'd say the 3rd hardest boss in the game. You can only hit him when his mouth is open in this first form, and that fire does a lot of damage to you. But not as much damage as Yakuza himself will do if he collides with you, because he picks you up, rips some skin off you, and then drops you. Basically, if that happens, give up. You're not going to beat the boss on this attempt. On a 1% run. On a normal run, you're generally fine. The only trick is to hide in the corners, you see. Oh, well, that's ballsed things up horribly, hasn't it? I'm going to go with it anyway. I'm going to try, because I have relentless confidence. Even in the face of overwhelming odds. Anyway, you shoot missiles into his gob in this first phase, dodging the fire and dodging him. It's not actually as bad as I'm making it seem, because, well, I'm stupid. Apparently I'm magnetically attracted to fire, of all things. No, it's the, well, you know, he's got a nice Ribena colour at the moment, so, you know, every cloud and all that jazz. Ugh, I don't like spiders. I'm not sure anybody does. Now comes the difficult part. His legs explode off, and now he's a torso. And he shoots little tentacles at you that kill you in about 2 or 3 hits if you have full health. Oh, by the way, now I have to go and do all that level again, because you don't get a save point. Isn't Metroid Fusion great? Right, let's go for attempt 2 of the Spider God. He's not really a god, he's just a spider. A small one. Well, if this is small, I'm trying to think what a big spider would be. Anyway, you want to get as near to this left fire as you can to begin with, because otherwise you're incredibly vulnerable to the fuck you grabbing attack that I like to avoid at all costs. Now, the timing when he opens his mouth is random each time. It's, I think it's anywhere between 1 and 4 of these little diagonal passes that he makes and then pausing at the top. So the best thing to do is to be ready to fire at the end of each one, just in case. Otherwise you miss out on a lot of potential shots. And it's easy to get back into the corner every time. You can usually get away with 4 or 5 missiles per cycle on that. You'll know when you've got to the second phase on the 1% run, because it's conveniently built in that it takes exactly 15 missiles to get there. Irony? Well, yes, maybe a little. Maybe a little ironing too, but Samus is a modern woman and doesn't appreciate the stereotyping. Well, no, if I haven't got anything to say about it, oh my god, I hate that game so much, don't I? Oh wow, actually I'm lying, it's only 12, 13. Do your maths. Now, this phase is ridiculously hard, because his bouncing is random, and you can only hit him when his mouth is open when facing downwards, so no, not mid-spin like that. And he drops these little tendrils, which will do a fuck ton of damage to you, which you don't want. Which you definitely do not want to obtain. Oh shit, yeah, and only charge shots do any damage also. Normally you're expected to have way more missiles than this, obviously. Oh fucking god, now I've only got 1 hit left. Come on, Samus, you can do it! I believe that I'm gonna die! Attempt the 3rd to kill Yakuza the 5th. Maybe. I don't know which in his lineage he really is. I don't care. You're not a king, and you're certainly not the king of me. Spider Fiend! You have an eye problem. Get it seen too. 5 is usually the most I like to chance on that. Any more than that and you will get hit by the fire before you move out of the way. And if you get hit in this first phase on the 1%, forget it, because the second phase requires you to have those 2 spare hits, otherwise you'd have to be stupidly lucky. In fact, 5 missiles can occasionally get you killed as well. Now, you'll notice I'm hiding in the corner as the morph ball every time he moves. It's because it's the one spot on the entire room that is safe from this attack. However, it is possible for him to get slightly off his pattern and be able to come into the corners. You don't want that. Basically, this boss is a big fuck you to the player in so many ways. And it's part of the reason why 1% is so damn hard. It's this one, and there's a couple of others that are really not pleasant. I won't spoil them. Not at the moment, anyway. Oh, God! This is so fucking stressful, you have no idea. Ah, God! Only 1 hit left, only 1 hit left, only 1 hit left! I'm gonna die quite soon, I think. This is also the same music that played when we fought Ceres. I don't know if you cared about that, but, well, it's a fact. Now you have to deal with it. Oh, shit. See, sometimes you have to sort of fake him out to avoid the... It's 4:30 on a Tuesday afternoon, and it's time to fight Yakuza for the 7th fucking time. Oh yes, indeed. My determination has not been dimmed in the face of this spidery death. This spidery war machine breathes fire, and has some weird Mode 7 going on with those legs. This time, though, victory should surely be within my grasp. One would hope. Oh, cut that fine. Way too fine. And now he might be on track to go out of sync on his movement and get in the corners. It very rarely happens, but when it does, oh, it makes me rage. Oh my god. The anger. Oh my lord, the death that ensues. Okay, phase 2. Full health. No longer. Yeah, keep those tendrils away. Stay away, you freak. Alright, alright. Cool and collected. Like a cucumber in power armor. No, God, no. Why would you exist? You're a horrible creature. Seriously, what the fuck's up with this research station? I think it's a great idea to keep this giant fire-breathing spider around. I ask you, because I'm genuinely curious. Oh my fuck. Okay, this is it. This is the bit where everybody gets fucking crazy. No. There's health to be had here. Oh, I don't have any missiles left. Oh shit! Alright, I'm just gonna get some. Come Come get some? Thank you, I believe I shall. Health, always beneficial. I'm not daring to even fucking breathe right now. Oh god, chase algorithm! Damn you. I need missiles. That means shooting him with the beam! That's not missiles. That's health. Now, I won't say no to it, but I gotta get it first. Okay, there we go. Should be able to take one hit from him at least now, so the tension's slightly reduced. Still barely daring to. Yeah! Fuck you, Yakuza! Oh god. Okay. Compose myself. Now let's grab this awesome power up. It is the space jump ability has been recovered. And fans of Super Metroid will remember this one. It now allows you to jump indefinitely in the air, such as this. And thus you can rise and hover, and it is great fun. The trick to it, though, is that you have to press jump the second time on your descent. So you spin, and then you press it there, at the bottom of your descent each time, you see? Like, whoop, and whoop. Because if you just press it repeatedly, you either hover in place, or you just, you know, fall, and it doesn't work. Anyway, enough explaining the space jump. I have some bad news, viewers. We're not out of the woods yet. Oh no. Because there's still no save point yet. We need to get to the save point. First, though, we have to turn the power back on. So now elevators and the save rooms, etc. will all work again. The downside is, between here and the save point, there are enemies, and they're the kind that can one-hit kill you. I'm dead fucking serious. Well, we have to talk to Adam first. Save rooms and recharge rooms are now back online. But with only auxiliary power, no elevators or hatches will work. Without the main silo online, we're still stuck. I believe the source of the problem is the vegetation you saw earlier, choking the reactor core components. Is your objective clear? Well, not really, no. We'll have to find the source of those roots to proceed. Now it is. So the vegetation, yeah, that too, is a problem. A problem that we can address only. Or the gardener, you know, we can hire them. The safe room's over here, but you gotta get in there before they can fucking kill you! Oh my god, that was too close, and I don't think I ever want to repeat it. 2 breaths, Samus, 2 breaths. Have a save. And with that, the single most difficult individual portion of the game is probably done. Not the most difficult boss, mind you, but the most difficult section of game. Thank the great good fucking lord. Okay, so now we need to sort out this roots problem, and it's not entirely clear how you do that. But the answer is thus. You use the space jump to ascend. Also, don't touch them when they're in sting mode or they insta-kill you. Hey! Demonstration! Thank God for that save, huh? Oh, I'm just so glad to be done with Yakuza. Honestly, I don't care what happens now. It really doesn't matter to me. Seriously, that portion there, I think, is what would put most people off completing the 1% run. You might have seen some of these videos and think, oh, I'm going to give this a go, it doesn't look too bad, and got as far as Yakuza and then rage quit. And I wouldn't blame you, because I have before. Anyway, you ascend the reactor and get to here. You blast the roots out of the way to climb into this tunnel. And in the tunnel, oh, it's just quick to use a power bomb, isn't it? You get rid of all these roots, thus they. And then you enter Tro, but what's... Oh god. It's the SAX, and it's a chase scene. You must use your ice missiles to freeze the SAX so it can't kill you. Like that. Okay, let's try that again, this time with less failure, if we could. It's ideal to drop earlier because she's further away from you. So it gives you a little bit more time to react, freeze, and run. Now, you do actually want her to enter the room here, but not like that. Right, here's what we want to do. Freeze her. Freeze her again. Now you wait on this side of the door until she appears. Freeze her there. Drop the power bomb, get shot, die, and restart. Okay, no, seriously, this time I know what I'm doing. What you do, you drop down, you wait. Apparently the SX is slightly dumb and can't see you yet. Freeze her again, next room, power bomb, then freeze her. and you can get out, just dodging the ice beam and a horrible death. This time, shoot upwards and diagonally, jump expertly, get into the next room, leap, and hide. Victory for real Samus. Fuck you, you evil bitch. She wanders off, and you're left free to explore Tro once more. Yes, apparently the reactor core is connected to Tro, and hence the vegetation problem. The only way out now, missiles. Hope you had some left after Yakuza. Hoop-de-doop. Well, you will, because the power-up fully heals you and all that jazz. Now, back in Tro, remember all those little squiggly caterpillar-y wormy things? They've all hatched now into the flies, and let me tell you, insta-kill happens a lot here. There's one right up there that I don't want to deal with particularly. There it is. Best thing to do is to try and shoot them before, well, follow your own advice and you get things done. Follow your own advice and you don't look like a twat when you die in the easiest bit of the fucking game. That's a lie, but it's pretty easy compared to what I've done. Right, let's try that again, preferably with a little less on the get hit by flies and die horribly side of blargs. It is possible to get up there without getting hit by them, I just proved to be a terminal moron. You'll also notice that these routes have sort of overgrown areas of Tro, preventing you getting to places you were the last time you were here. Anyway, we're going to want to try and deal with him. Also, you don't want to... Whoa, oh god, there's another one! Yeah, I panic when I see these things because of their ability to insta-kill you. It's not something that you really think about, but... Oh, tell me... No, I do need to go this way. Okay. You can't go up there because you need the... You don't need anything. There are roots filling the only way through and you can't break them. What you actually want to do is completely ignore him because you don't need to let him out. And it should be there. You drop down to get to the other side of here. But exercise caution. You don't really want to keep having to repeat yourself, as I've had to do. Is this right? Yes, this is right. Or is this right? I think it is. Yes, it is. You might remember this room. Well, now with the space jump power, we can get up here. There's an item along there. I'm pretty sure it's a power bomb expansion. Either way, I'm not getting it for obvious reasons. Ah, and the save room. Thank the great good blarg. Save time. Now then, there's another boss coming up, although it's a fairly minor one by comparison to Yakuza. And I seem to remember someone in the comments thinks this boss would be blarg. I really can't talk, can I? Would be ridiculously hard in 1% mode. Well, I'm going to prove him wrong. Also, I'm sure he's giddy with glee over the shout now. Yes, because I really am that conceited. Okay, so this is the wrong way, obviously, because the doors don't work. We need to just go straight on. I'm showing... Oh, God! Yeah. When they swoop towards you like that with their sting, that's insta-kill on 1%. It does so much damage, it insta-kills. Best thing to do is to come in with a charge shot, because then you can break his wings off, rip them off like a child. You ever do that when you were a child? Torment insects? I didn't. I do it now instead! No, anyway. Through all our endeavours, we come to another eyeball door. 2 bosses in one video. Well, what do you know? This boss is annoying, but not really that difficult once you know what you're doing. Best thing you want to do is... Oh, hey, it's an overgrown Chozo statue. Well, there's a first. Stand here. Shoot charge beam shots towards it. Occasionally point your gun diagonally to get rid of the little spores that are in the way. You should be able to get one charge and then one sort of safety shot. Like this. Just get yourself into a pattern. It's really only the ones coming from the right little mouth that you have to worry about, because the ones on the left will miss you every time. But the one on the right swoops around behind you and therefore can be a problem if you don't deal with it. Your charge shot will go through them, but I think it cancels out one of the 3 beams when you do, so it does less damage that way. Don't, under any circumstances, fall in the plants, because they eat you. You have to hold the jump button to get out, and they drain your health very quickly. Falling in there basically means forget beating this boss, because, as I said, it's not difficult, but it can be annoying, and the Corex phase of it, ugh, pain in the arse. That's for a reason you'll soon see. It's quite a tedious boss also, I should warn you. It takes a lot of hits, and without copious amounts of missiles to throw at it, you can be here a while with your charge beam. You sick of the charge beam sound yet? I sure am. Okay, phase 2 of the boss, he now shoots beams. You need to get to here. Now you can use your missiles, but you have to time your jumps to avoid getting beamed to death. And there's a slight delay between the beam emerging and the beam firing. The beam also blocks your missiles. So you have to get into a pattern of jumping it and firing missiles. And you don't really want to get hit like I did because you want some health spare for the Core X. Because yes, this boss is a Core X. Oh, I'm out of missiles. Cool. Back to the charge beam it is then. And I'm barely even halfway with this boss yet. Man, this is boring. I mean, Yakuza was hard, but at least it was intense action. This is just intense tedium right here. The best pattern you can get him into is when the laser is on the bottom constantly, so you can release all 3 parts of your charge beam into his face. That's not happening right now, though. And he doesn't even have a face anymore because I blew it off! Oh man, you bored yet? I'm bored. Worst part is, the chances are I'm going to die after the fact. Okay, now the Core X and instant death. Probably should have waited. Alright, attempt 2 at this very tedious boss. I think I may have fallen slightly in the plant at the beginning there, but it's not too big a deal. I haven't taken that much damage. I may speed this up because it's a very, very boring boss. Okay, the Core X, round 2. It's a beam Core X, as you might already have gathered from the eyeball on the front of it. It's not too difficult, but again, it can be one of those annoying ones because it does a lot of damage to you. Such that, you know, one hit, you can basically forget living. But unfortunately, I'm out of missiles. Come on now. Give me missiles, give me missiles, give me missiles. Oh god. I kind of asked for that, I think. Of course, I'm just making myself look bad now, aren't I? Because I'm not able to beat a boss I said was really easy. Or at the very least, not difficult, but irritating. This fact still is true in my eyes. The problem is you end up having very few missiles left after defeating the boss, unless you want to really put it into tedium mode. So you have to farm for them from the boss himself. Along with, you can get some health. It's not massively useful though, because this thing, I think one hit kills you either way. Contact damage with the core doesn't, but the shots do. Just like back in there on previous occasions with these things. Oh god. Wow, it doesn't one hit kill you. Fuck for that, huh? So as you may have guessed, we now obtain a new beam, and it is the plasma beam. And we finally get rid of the pink laser of stupidness, and obtain the green laser of plasmariness. Check that shit. Oh yeah. Okay, so now with the plasma beam in tow, if you might remember, Adam said a weapon like this might be able to damage the SAX. I hear your little minds whirring as if they were full of gears. And those gears need oiling, so get to work, viewers. Oil your brain with learning. You also notice now that we've destroyed that plant, boss, all the vegetation is dying and or dead. We can get the fuck out of here. Oh god, thank you. You'd now be able to imagine that the reactor's fine and that all elevators and doors are working. Which is handy really, because we would need them both to get out of here. Save complete. Yeah. Time to leave. And the way out is just through here. Back to this shaft, and now with the space jump we can make things a lot easier for ourselves just by using it. And oh god, why did I do that? Tell me that they still have the plasma beam. Tell me I saved on my way out here. Oh, thank fuck. Oh god. You know those moments where you just wish you were dead, and then you realise you were wrong, and you're glad that you're not? That was one of those. The plasma beam also, as you might expect, increases the power of your shot, as well as allowing it to go through enemies. So I'm a lot more potent a force to be reckoned with now. Which is good, because those damn bees, let's call them bees, because why not? Starting to get on my nerves a little there. Of course, we're not quite done with the place yet. We have to kill a few more of these. But it's the relatively easier stuff, except it's not, because, well, never is it? Okay, well that wasn't a one-hit kill at least. Suck it, jabroni! I don't need to use these platforms anymore, I've got the fucking space jump. Although I kind of want those. Excellent. I need health. Oh yeah, they're here as well, remember? Nowhere is safe from them in this entire sector. There is some good news though, after we're done here, we'll probably never have to see them again. I'm fairly sure they don't appear anywhere else. Which is good, because I friggin' hate these things. I don't like enemies that can insta-kill me, I really don't. Come on, I know you're there. Yeah, you can't fool me, I'm Samus Aran, bitch. Okay, let's just quickly do this, even though we don't need to, because pedantism and all that jazz. And get our next save point. And I think after all our trials and tribulations, even though this isn't Phoenix Wright, we may end it here. So I will see you all next time.